Hello everyone, Daniel Studios. It's a very beautiful day. A few days ago, I got a message from a church in Philadelphia. They sent me their logo because they actually needed a logo intro, a customized logo intro. And I end up creating this.
But it's God, where are you leading me? What do you want me to read?
You're out here trying to prove yourself day after day after day. He was just looking for somebody to say, hey, I believe you.
Okay, if you like what you just saw, stick around because I'm making a tutorial video on how I made this logo intro right on this video. So without saying so much, let's proceed. So actually we are here and these are the only two files they sent to me. I think this and this thing. This should be the fire up here in the logo. So they actually sent me the name of the font. They are using Trajan Pro Bold. So basically what they need is a logo intro, and what the first thing I'm going to do is to actually go to CorelDRAW and trace out this, because I don't think this has the quality I need. In order not to compromise the quality, I'm going to go and trace this and make sure it looks exactly like this but with a super quality. So whatever I do, it's gonna remain with a very good quality. And next thing is that I'm going to have to go and download this font so I can get this text right here. So the next thing is if you do not know how to, I think the slogan, I think it's a different font for the slogan, Montserrat Light. So I think I have Montserrat already, so that's done. So I just need to get this font. So if you don't know how to use CorelDRAW, you can do this with Photoshop, and you could just remove the background, but I just, because it's someone's job, I'm gonna have to take it really seriously. So because I'm doing a screen recording here, I'm not going to be able to use some shortcuts here in my After Effects. So I'm gonna just create a new file for this, for the logo. So I'm just gonna drag this and this. Let's drag this here, CorelDRAW. So here we go. So I have these two files. So the next thing I want to do is to go and look for this font, Trajan Pro Bold. The PNG file. I always have to redo the logo so that it's gonna retain the quality. So I'm gonna look for here Trajan, what was it again? Oh, Trajan Pro. So there we go. So I'm gonna increase this so that I'll make sure it's the same thing, because I don't want to do something else. I want to make it look exactly like what we have here. So I'm gonna play with the size until it matches this. So that's it, and we are left with the eye. So it seems the eye is, let's use look at that. So what I basically did there was that I just used the lowercase for the eye, and then there you go, we have that. So I'm gonna have to trace this. There's another way to do this. I can just come here and let me duplicate this first. So I come here, outline, trace, detailed logo, but I'm not sure it's gonna give me what I want. Look at that. So it's leaving lines here, so this is not what I want. Like, I don't want this, so I'm just gonna have to draw it by myself. So now that we've successfully recreated their logo, let's fix it up here and make sure we don't miss anything out. So I'm gonna just reduce this to fit it right here, make sure it's the same thing. There you go. So that's how I recreate logos. So basically just trace it and take it right there. So let's do this. So I'm gonna do one thing. This is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna have to make this bigger, like this big, and then I'm gonna export it like PNG. Rise logo PNG. After Effects, new composition, solid, make a white color, drag it down, and there you go. Hit the S on your keyboard and scale this down. So now we have the basic thing. Now what do we need to do now is to think. I'm gonna write this text right here so that I'm gonna have, this is just an export, so I do not really have like should I say, I don't really have like complete control of whatever I need to do with the text right here. So I'm gonna make this text, since I have the font, I'm gonna just write the text here in Rise. I'm just gonna write the text here in After Effects. I'm gonna scale it and make sure it is the exact size as this. And what was the font again? Trajan something. Trajan something. I don't know. Let me go back and check that. Trajan Pro. So let's come back here and look for like Trajan Pro. So I'm gonna do Trajan Pro, and that's it. And there you go. So I'm gonna scale these until I get the exact size that I had here. Why am I doing this? There are some effects that I want to use here that I might not have control of, because I'm using. So I'm just going to like mask this off from the logo, because I never needed the text. I just needed to make sure I'm having the right sizes and everything. So I'm gonna just do this, and here we go. So we have this. So I have an idea about this fire already. Like I'm looking at something like a fire blazing. I'm gonna get some smoke effect and add to it, and then suddenly it stops, but then what about the text? What's the idea behind it? One thing you need to realize first as a motion graphic designer, or any content creator, is that the most hardest part of the content is conceptualization, thinking of what to do at first before even getting to do it. And the second part is getting what you want to do come out the way it is in your brain. That's the second hardest part. So this is exactly what I experienced when I was working on this project. So for a second, let's have a look at their logo once again. So we see here the slogan here, community charge. I'm just gonna go look for people crowd cheering silhouette crowd. Let's download some smoke. Firstly, I need to convert this logo to a composition, to a pre-comp. Move our attributes to this, and then first we want to start off by animating this fire. I want to make sure that this fire comes out as an actual fire. So firstly, we're gonna change the anchor point to the bottom. Let me make this a 3D. because I might have to use some 3D here. I've just clicked Y on my keyboard to turn it to an eye to navigate to the anchor point. So let's look at the anchor point. So that's the anchor point. So I'm gonna just have to play with the scale. Let it look like the fire just started. I'll choose it. So right here I'm going to keep the scale at 100, and here I'll make it 0. So what this does is the fire comes out from the bottom. It's like a candle, to light it up. That's still very slow. So we're gonna move this until we have okay, that's a lot faster. Okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna easy ease this, and then I'll come to my graph, and then like that. So we have this, yeah, and I'll make it okay, cool. Next thing we are going to do after popping up our fire like this is to add the wave warp effect. So I'm gonna drag the wave warp effect onto here, onto the fire, and automatically you can see it's moving, but it's too wobbly. So I'm gonna make this, reduce it to around 5 here, and take this to around 38. Let's see if there's any difference with that. See, it's a little bit not shaky again. So to add, it's not too wobbly, so it looks more like a fire. So to add more effect to it, to make it look like a fire, we've brought in our fire composition here, our fire effect here. So the next thing we want to do is to mask this fire effect to at least have the shape of the fire. Make sure I'm clicking on the fire composition, and then I'll begin masking. So as you can see, the edges are out. The next thing I want to do after masking is to feather my edges, and then bring it in a little bit more. So now that this is done, if we play this right here, see, it's gonna give us effect of fire. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna turn off the WhatsApp, the reference file here. So once the fire comes up, this is what we want to do next. We're gonna increase the opacity of the fire right when the fire comes up. Keep it at 100, and when the fire is not there, we keep it at 0. So we'll make sure the smoke doesn't come before the fire. So look at that. So the next thing is the text. Let's see what we have as the slogan. Community church. So I'm gonna type here community church. So it was Montserrat Lights. Montserrat Light. You're gonna make these all caps. Sorry, that's what I wanted to do. Let's pull that up a little bit more. I'm gonna have to do this. I don't know, for some reason I don't like this font big. So okay, you have that. So I'm just gonna use a simple typewriting effect here. So for this, I'm gonna use CC Light Burst. I had this on my mind, so I don't know how this is gonna come out, but I just wanna give it a try. You know, let's see how it's gonna look like. So let's create a keyframe here. For the center, intensity, and ray. So we're gonna move this to some point where it totally aligns. Yeah, let's keep it at 0, sorry. And then let's hit you here and here, right here. We're gonna go crazy. We have to go crazy with this right now. So look at that. Let's move this. So I think here makes a lot of sense. That's what I'm planning to do. Seeing that? So here is the plan. The plan is that I'm gonna make this 3D. I'm gonna make this 3D. So we're gonna create a camera. So the plan is I'm gonna make this 3D. I'm gonna create a camera and make it 35mm, and I'm gonna create a camera with a 35mm length, and we're gonna create a keyframe for point of interest, position, orientation. So what we're gonna do is that I'll keep this here, and then I'll move this camera to a point where I have all white. I tried using the crowd, it didn't work out, so I'm left with this. So I have to look for a way to, so right here I'm gonna have to play with the light rays, light burst stuff. And I think it's gonna look, let me try blue background. What color and what color they have there, so let's do this with the blue. The next thing I'll love to do is to pre-compose this. I think I'm done for that, and I'm gonna add a noisy vignette to it.
But it's God, where are you leading me? What do you want me to read?
You're out here trying to prove yourself day after day after day. He was just looking for somebody to say, hey, I believe you.
Okay guys, so we've come to the end of this video. After exporting the file, I took it directly to Premiere Pro, added some sound effects and background audio. If you like this video and you want to see videos like this, why not subscribe and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified once I post a video like this. Like I said, my course is coming up very soon. Do not take it for granted. It's gonna be a bombshell. Peace out.